Good morning to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's good to see you all. If you don't know me already, my name is Ian Zev. My voice is still injured due to having a tube down there when I was sick, which I'm going to talk about. Because I'm doing a series on returning to the workplace after an extended break for physical injury and or grief. I am going back to work for the first time in over 3 months today. So I just want to talk about some of the research I did. Then I'll come back tonight and let you know how my day went. And I'll do this one video once a week, except today you get two, a before and after. Just for a frame of context, the average worker works 8.8 hours a day. But by works, I mean is physically doing what they're getting paid to do. Of that 8.8 hours, they only spend, on average, 60% of that time, which is 5.28 hours, doing actual work. So the other time, the workers are technically stealing from their boss. We don't want to do that. I want to be the best worker possible. Again, if you're new, I'm Ian Zev. Just a little history about my personal journey. On October 1st, 2024, a Good Samaritan called 911 when I was passed out on my porch with Domino's pizza. My father was very ill and death was imminent. It was later determined that I was having grief-related blackouts and my body was fighting itself. Thank God for this Good Samaritan and thank God for Domino's. When I got to the hospital, I had cellulitis, blood clots in my leg, a hiatic hernia, dangerously low blood pressure, a minor stroke, and fell into a coma, which I stayed in for between roughly, because I don't know the dates for sure, October 2nd to October 6th. On October 5th, while I was in the coma, my father passed away. He had a surgery that went badly. So that was September 4th, 2024. He passed away October 5th. When I woke up, I didn't remember that he was sick and death was imminent. It took some time. My sister told me. Eventually, I bumped around hospitals for a bit, ended up home for 3 months. But I'm here to talk about how I'm going to deal with the emotional and still a little physical pain, but I feel prepared to go back to the workplace. Now, this is not to say if you're in massive amounts of physical or emotional pain, do not prematurely go back. If you have a date scheduled and it's not working for you, call whoever does human resources where you work. Thankfully, I have a very understanding job. And I would hope that your boss or whoever does HR would be equally as understanding. And if not, maybe you want to analyze something. That's up to you. But here, I'm going to show you how I plan to be as productive as possible while not letting the tape in my head and the occasional pain in my leg distract me from my work, because I've told them I'm ready today. Here's some things I'm going to do. First, don't be hungry. Eat breakfast before. I here have a biscuit, and this is not good, so when I mess up I'll tell you, and a Coke. I need to buy some juice, or just put droplets in my water. But that's what I feel like today. I don't recommend it. Organize and time out your breaks. Do not deny yourself breaks. You will burn out earlier than if you don't. And organize them. I have this trusty Apple Watch, so every hour it'll tell me I have to take some steps. Do that. Prioritize your work. What I got off the web was put the bigger things first. I don't know if that's going to work for me. I've never organized it in such a way. More will be revealed. Next, limit interruptions. This is difficult for me because although my voice may say otherwise, I am a social person. And I'm also a people pleaser. And I find it difficult to sneak out of a conversation without fear of hurting a coworker's feelings. However, you can be firm yet respectful. All you have to say is, I'm on a deadline, which you always will be, because you organized your work. I'm on a deadline. I really need to meet it. Can we catch up on this sometime later or soon? I don't see people saying no to that, and if they do, that speaks about them. Next, if I have a question from my boss or my supervisor, or my manager, or the owner, I personally have access to all those people. I'm not the only one. So if they're in a conversation, don't just stand there like, I'll wait for that to end to ask my question. That's you stealing their time in front of them. One of the worst things you can do. Just say, oh, you're busy. Either give me a call or I'll check back in 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever. But don't stand there just staring into space, wasting your boss's time that he's paying you for in front of him. Not a good idea. Okay? Next, and most importantly, leave home at home. Now, by home I mean what's going on in your personal life. Not just, I had a flood in my house or something like that. Now, obviously, I can't not think of my dad. It pops into my brain. But I gotta push through it. If I want to be an average employee, I gotta be there 8.8 hours. If I want to be a superior employee, I'm there until I get all my work done. No specific time needed. Work until I get my work done. Most bosses, in my experience, care more about your productivity per hour than total hours. Some bosses may be different. Now, again, if your physical pain is so bad, do not deny yourself medical care. And if you're in such a large amount of physical pain, tell somebody and get medical attention. Next, dress for success. I've had this problem. Some jobs require, for me, I'm a man, a suit. Make sure it's ironed, well pressed. Doesn't have to be the most expensive, multi-$1,000 suit. Just make sure it doesn't come off as what my mom would call schlumpy. And make sure it's tailored to your size. This has been a problem for me. I've yo-yoed in weight my whole life. Yo-yo. Now, if let's say it's more of a casual setting, don't use that as an excuse to be schlumpy. You always want to be presentable. And maybe try to go a smidge above what's acceptable. Once again, you want to stand out. If you have a uniform that goes with your job, let's say like a gym, or you're selling pastries at a Costco, and let's say you have to wear like a black shirt, black pants. Few things. Or in a gym, they give you a shirt. Make sure it's the right size, and make sure you wash it every night. Now, if let's say you're too big or too small, I had the too big problem, that they don't have it in your size, and you're embarrassed about it. Been there. What I suggest is after it's done, you pull someone you're comfortable with at the office aside, hopefully your human resources representative, and explain to them. Maybe a little embarrassing, maybe a little humbling, but dressing for success is more important than minor emotional discomfort. Next, avoid office drama. Every office has drama. They've made shows, they've made movies about it. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Now, I can't sit here and say, don't get involved in an office romance, no matter what, because I've seen them succeed. I've also seen them fail miserably. I personally have never been in one, so I don't have a lot of experience, and any small experience I do have wouldn't be appropriate for YouTube. Avoid office drama. When you first get there, if you're starting a new job or you're meeting someone new for the first time, talk about the job, but you can ask some personal but very broad questions. How long is your drive? Where did you work before here? Don't ask really personal things like fill in the blank. If you have to question about whether or not to ask it, don't ask it. The final suggestion I got was, and I wish I knew this or thought of this at the time, learn to take no gracefully. I have probably missed out on potential raises or promotions, not because an idea I had wasn't accepted, but because I took that rejection personally and acted emotionally. And then I showed my boss, my supervisor, my manager, a behavior in me they had never seen before, which soured them on me. Also, think through your idea first, present it as best you can. When they say no, thank them for considering it and move on. That will help you in the long run more than the short-term idea. And that idea might be a good idea for another project. But if you act immaturely, your boss will already be soured on the idea because of how you behaved. So it'd be a double-edged sword. Nobody likes rejection, but we have to learn how to take it. It's not personal, just business. Now, those are the suggestions I got for myself. I don't know how they're gonna work out today. I know I have to be missing some, and if you have some, please put them in the comments. I'll talk about them. If you want me to do a live, I'll do a live. Again, the purpose of this video journal, I guess, is to see how I can become the most productive employee possible while dealing with emotional and physical turmoil. And then, not just by me telling you, but by you watching me grow throughout the week or two, you can see what may work for you and what may not work for you. So, come with me on this journey. I'm sure I can learn from you as much as I hope you can learn from me, if not more. Thank you for watching the video. If you got something out of it, or even if you didn't, please like, comment, and press the subscribe button. Don't smash it. You may hurt your cell phone or computer. And you don't want to hurt your machinery. But tap it, because 2024, I flirted with this YouTube station. Now it's time to get serious. Thank you for watching. I will see you all this evening.